Welcome to Project New Street. We are in Burlington, Ontario in a condo unit. It's about 4 stories high. It's an older building, so we definitely had some initial challenges working in the space.
Yeah, there's definitely some construction challenges here. So first of all, there's a lot of concrete walls that we had to work with, separating the entire unit from one side to the other. And then, there was an issue with some sweating going on with the concrete. It is an older building. It does have its own challenges, and it does require some overall maintenance. But we managed to mitigate the issues and work through them.
So yeah, pretty much what was happening was a lot of the paint and plaster were peeling off of the concrete. So it was definitely a challenge to take that off, patch it, but then smooth out all the walls to look like that was never an issue. So that's quite challenging because you're dealing with multiple layers and multiple issues. But now seeing what from before and after, it's a huge transformation on this main section of wall here.
We did end up manipulating some of the interior walls in the interior space, especially here in the front foyer and in one of the spare bedrooms. Interior walls, not so much of an issue, but when you're dealing with a condo structure like this, the concrete walls, they gotta stay and you gotta work around it.
Yeah, definitely. So we couldn't do a huge change in the layout, but we definitely were able to make a few tweaks to just to help the client's overall use of her space. It's a 2-bedroom condo, separate little dining area, and then the kitchen area. So let me bring you over to the kitchen and show you the transformations we did over there. So being that this is a condo, we were limited to keep the kitchen in this space, but that didn't mean that the design had to be limiting. So initially the kitchen was just along this wall, and that's where everything was. Refrigerator, stove, sink were all along this wall. We really wanted to give the space more function and a better flow. So in our planning, we did come up with a few different layouts, and we're playing around with a few different options. So I really like this idea where we created this nice U shape. The things that we have to be mindful of are, of course, still the pass-throughs. We want to make sure it's still comfortable and usable. So that's where you're going to see that on this end, we actually made it a shallower section so that you have more room in this area. But you know what, looking at the fact that it is a small space, at the end of the day, this is a small space. We are really able to give it a great function, a great feel, put the sink close to the window, make that a nice feature. And then also incorporating some open shelving to break it up a little bit, brought some wood in to complement the floors, bring in that warmth. Let me show you some of the accessories we put in here and some of the extra features in the kitchen. Okay, so behind me is an appliance garage. So don't think about those ugly corner appliance garages that you see in old kitchens. This one is super functional. So you open it up, it has a kill switch. So anything that's in here as far as an appliance is gonna turn off if this is closed. So you see the client has a nice way of storing mixers, blenders. They're not all out on the countertop. That's the whole point of these, is anything you have, you get to tuck it away so that your countertop area is clear and nice and neat. And storage, right? We got tons of cabinets, even though it's a smaller size kitchen. So above the refrigerator, it's always one of those spots where, it's high, it's deep, things are gonna get lost. This is another great spot for a tray divider. And we do these a lot, and it's a great use of space over here. Beside it, pantries. Clients need pantries for a variety of storage purposes, right? So we did manage to provide her with a pantry. She's also able to store her brooms and cleaning supplies in here. And this is all what we do when we're talking to the client about what their needs are and what functions they need in their kitchen. So this was a whole conversation about where is her cleaning products gonna go? Where is all that gonna be stored? So we definitely made sure we incorporated that for her. And then a little bit touching on the colors we did here. Everything flows so good with the rest of the space. all the colors we were working with were these like warmer grays, kind of taupey tones. Again, these earthy tones. We brought that in with the backsplash, the countertop, the floor, and I think it just flows really well. I was excited because we were initially looking at maybe a white kitchen, and then the client was more open to some different colors and woods, and I always love it when we could do something different. I'm in the dining room area, so behind me is also some custom cabinetry that we did for the client, 2 floating shelves, and in here is where we've moved the electrical box. This was previously in the kitchen, but it was messing up our entire design in the kitchen, so we were able to relocate it in here and tucked it away nicely. I'm in the living room area, so behind me you see we did this beautiful paneling with this feature wall. What we did with all the radiators is we got these custom covers. You know, those radiators, you know, they get painted a million times. They're quite an eyesore. So we were able to cover them up really nicely in each section of the home. And again, just now everything feels a lot more elevated and finished. Another thing we did with all the windowsills is we put quartz jams on them. These are white quartz jams, because just one of the structural kind of issues she initially had was around the windows and how bad the concrete had essentially deteriorated around the windows. So we plastered that, we cleaned that up, but also to make sure that down the road this is maintained and she doesn't run into the same issue, you're going to see these quartz jams everywhere. Welcome to the custom bathroom. So the changes that we made here, we went from a tub to a shower. We did a little built-in niche here around the sink and vanity. The vanity's custom, and we actually took the radiator out and changed it with a heated towel. So the room is still getting heated, it's still getting warm, but now she has a tile rack. So other features are a bench in the corner and a niche. And we went with a very classic look, the calacatta trend with a porcelain tile. The floor has a beautiful hexagon, and I still think it flows super well with the rest of the unit. Again, like the warmer tones, bringing that all in. So sometimes, you know, people think like, oh, it's just the bathroom, but believe me, there's probably 30 choices and selections in here that were made with our client Chrissy and Laura, our designer and decorator. So we do it, you know, all the selections are made down to the grout color. There's no design on the go. We really try to pre-plan everything so that the team can execute it. So sometimes things go unplanned in this situation. By the time we needed these tiles, because they were selected months before, our supplier didn't have the stock anymore, so we have to reselect it. But again, these things happen. We move quickly, we solve the problem quickly and keep the project moving.
You'll see throughout the entire condo, we've installed a click vinyl floor system. Obviously, we're going on top of a concrete slab, so we have our under padding and our click vinyl on top of it. Wide plank, made to look like hardwood. It's a beautiful product, and it's going to last a long time. Another thing you'll notice that we've done throughout the space is actually we changed out all the hardware. We've got new doors installed. And we have updated all of the electrical finishes, so your switches and your receptacles are all up to date with the Decora style.
So this one was a big time before and after transformation.
Yeah, what a transformation it was. And look at the before and afters.
Yeah, I think if you were here a year ago and you came for a visit after, I don't think you think you're in the same building anymore.
It feels very different now.
Yeah.
And the space looks beautiful, so inviting, so nicely put together.
Yeah, for sure. I know Chrissy, our client, is loving it. Just like Laura was saying, she's inviting friends and family over. She's more comfortable. Like, this is what it is, right? Like, homes really change a person's life, right? This is where you spend all your time. And so to have that now reflect you and your personality, it's huge, right? So it's awesome that we were able to do this for her and work with her. And another good one.
Another one in the books. Good job.
If you like what you saw today, contact us for a free meet and greet consultation, chat with one of our designers, and let's see how we can bring your next project to life. I'm here with Laura from LT Project and Design. So Laura's actually the one that brought us into the project. She had her client Chrissy, and she knew she needed a lot of work in this space. So yeah, chat with me about, how did she first come to you, and what was that whole first meeting like?
Yeah, so it was a referral from a friend that had connected us. And when she had reached out, she mentioned to me that she had never updated her space. It had never been touched. It's a really old building, and she never felt comfortable letting people into her space and really going through pretty much head to toe every corner to update it. So it was in need of quite an extensive renovation.
Yeah.
We had a great rapport, and she felt really comfortable with me. So we brought in Wynwood Renovations to do all of the work.
Yeah, so it was one of those situations where I think you started working on, some design ideas, kind of getting the ball rolling, and then we were able to come in, collaborate with you, and you really were able to bring a great vision to life. I think we jumped off your vision and worked with you on the colors and all the aesthetics. So yeah, how did you just find the overall, I guess, experience with all this?
It was wonderful. It felt seamless. I feel like the client felt very well taken care of. So her vision and her inspiration really came to life. She delivered that to me, and we worked together to bring all of the materials together. I found the showroom a wonderful experience because all of the materials are in one spot, so it doesn't feel overwhelming. And I find that sometimes that's a barrier for clients where they, feel that sourcing can feel very overwhelming with so many options. So we worked together, pulled everything together, and then poof.
Yeah, poof. Well, poof. A few months later, poof. Yeah. It sometimes feels like poof. But no, I love always coming back into a space and seeing like that, that's from our showroom, and we had this and we had that, right?
Yeah.
So it's always great to see it all come together, because especially for clients, it's really hard for them to visualize it when, okay, sometimes the sample's this big or this big.
Yes.
But it's awesome to work with other decorators and designers like you, where you see the vision, you see all the colors and everything, and we really worked really hand in hand with Laura. She chose, the wall colors, a lot of elements. She's the one that suggested them and pulled them together. So we can definitely talk about some of those details. Like I know your idea was doing the color drenching with the paint. So we did, from the ceiling down to the trim, that's all color drenched in the same colors. In the bedroom, you had some ideas too of ways to warm that space up. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of work that had to go into the restoration part of it because it was so old, and there was a lot of critical updates that needed to happen. We had your expertise to really bring it up to par in terms of, all of the finishes and the condition of the finishes. But then we really put a beautiful spin on a lot of the selections. So we've got the wallpaper in the background here. We've got some paneling, a beautiful feature wall in the bedroom that has, this lime wash. And that was, I feel like all of those finishes are special to Chrissy, to the homeowner. She, really, you could tell just by her experience and her reaction when we were looking at all of these that things were coming together for her as well.
Yeah. So the thing that we don't do as a company, but that Laura definitely specializes in and does an amazing job, is all the finishing. So furniture selections, the soft finishings, that was all Laura. So yeah, Laura, if you want to speak about any of that.
Some of the finishes that we have in here, I feel like are really specific to Chrissy, and that's what really brings this space to life and personalize it. So whatever project I'm working on, it's really important to me that it's not a cookie cutter approach. Everything that I'm putting into the space has to be a direct reflection of the client, their personality. And one of my favorite features is actually the wall behind us. So I really love this backdrop of wallpaper. We've got some really beautiful furniture as well. All of the finishes come together. It provides that warm, earthy, organic feel, but it feels really special to the client. So I think that that's one beautiful feature that has come out of this project.
So just like Laura mentioned, this is quite an old building. It's a condo unit in Burlington. It's like a 4-story building. So there are definitely some challenges as far as some restoration. But guys, this does not feel like the same place, I swear, if you did a before and after walkthrough. It just feels so cozy, so inviting. Everything is updated. Everything is new. It is I'm sure Chrissy just loves the space, and it's a
she
home
does.
now.
Yes.
Like I can really feel that
Absolutely.
it really feels like a home now to her.
I will tell you what she's told me is that she never used to host. She never used to have friends over, family over. And now when I speak to her, and I've been working with her still on some decor pieces and finalizing some of the finishing touches, she's hosting all the time.
Oh my God, I would too.
I know.
It's such a beautiful space.
It's a beautiful
It's so
thing.
inviting.
Yeah.
And that's why we honestly do these kind of things. And it's like really at the end of the day, to me, it's an honor that people entrust us with their
Yes.
home. It's an
Yes.
honor that they trust us with all these micro decisions, because throughout the project there's like 1,000,001 decisions.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that the client doesn't even know they need to decide, but you're great at guiding her and helping her along as well.
Yeah.
And just making sure that she felt like heard, or she felt like we're taking her opinion into account, because it's her home, obviously.
It's her home. It's a big investment. And I know that she's put it off for a while because she really wanted to have that comfort level. And I think that between you and I, we really made her feel like things were coming together. She was being heard. And she also had like her input. It wasn't, us coming in and saying, here's how it's going to look. She definitely was part of the process. And I think it felt really collaborative and comfortable for her.
I agree. And it's overwhelming, right? People,
It is.
I can see why she maybe put it off, because it's overwhelming. You don't know where to start. You don't even know, what to tackle first.
Yes.
But thankfully with her, it was like clean slate. We started from new and redid everything. Nothing majorly structural, but a nice, really nice clean slate.
Absolutely. And I will say what she's also told me is that there's a lot of people in the building that do a little bit more passing by and knocking on the door because of all the work that's been going on. I think it's maybe potentially inspiring others to see what can be done in this building. I mean, I know a lot of the units are older, and she really just, every surface, every room from head to toe has been updated. And I think she's really proud of it. I know she's really proud of it.
Yeah. And she should be.
And she should be.
It's a beautiful space. It's a beautiful home.
Yes, for sure. Another one of my favorite features in this renovation is right here in this bedroom, specifically this beautiful lime wash wall. The whole bedroom has taken on this very ethereal, special, beautiful look with this textured movement that you see on the wall. And I think that it's something that really reflects Chrissy. This is one of her favorite colors. It's her favorite color. And she wanted to see it brought to life. And there was a lot of different options that we looked at. We looked at, painting it, we looked at some wallpaper, but this finish is very special because of the movement. It just feels so perfect for a bedroom, and I know that she absolutely loves it.